Hi, everybody, and welcome. It is May 29th. Can you believe that? The last Sunday in May 2022, and this is the Morgellons Call of the Week. I'm Robin, the co-host. I'm very happy to be here with you guys today. It's going to be an interesting call. And, so at this time, I'm going to introduce Richard Kuhns, the author of How to Get Your Life Back from Morgellons and Other Skin Parasites, and let him explain what we're going to be doing today. Okay, so welcome, everyone.
Hello. Hi, Robin. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you. It's a beautiful day here.
Welcome to our Memorial Day program. We owe our armed services and our people in our armed services and our veterans everything for the ability to have a country under a democratic rule that we can choose our own destinies through the people that we elect to govern us. So, and it's through their fight that we maintain and have this today. So, deepest appreciation for those who have fallen to give us that freedom and those who are presently serving. We're going to start the day off a little bit differently. We usually have a topic that's going to be a little bit later on, and I hope everybody has had an opportunity to look at the PDF report, which we'll discuss later on. And it is fitting that it be on this day of Memorial Day, because these massacres throughout our country are, in some respects, challenging our democracy. And so we're going to start right off with a Q&A. This is the Morgellons Call of the Week, and the FDA requires me to inform everybody that before you begin the King Diet or accept any of our recommendations, that you're to thoroughly discuss them with your medical doctor to make sure they don't interfere with any health problems you're presently experiencing. The AMA and FDA also requires to inform you that we are not medical doctors and that we are not trained medically, and only medical doctors can diagnose, treat, cure, or mitigate any disease, and that leaves us out. We're not here to do that. This is for educational purposes only. We can educate you how to use the King Diet to your advantage, how to clean the organisms out of your skin, and how to clean them out of your environment. And we can educate you how to build health and immune functioning through the targeted supplements that we have available that are compatible with the King Diet. So we're going to start off with our Q&A for the day. So let's open a line to somebody. Chris, who do we have first?
Thank you. My question is this. We've now completed our first 7 days on the diet, and I was wondering how long we can wait before we get some evidence that it's working. This is on my wife's behalf. She says that the itching and the biting have gone away or mitigated somewhat, but she still has the crawling sensation. I think we've followed the diet pretty closely, very closely in fact. How long will it be, do you think, on average, before we see some results, or before my wife produces some results?
You've already seen the results. The results are already there. The itching and the biting have greatly diminished or disappeared, and you're left with the crawling. Now, the crawling may take some time to go away, and there's some theory that I don't recall at this moment as to what contributes to the crawling, but I would say that you're pretty well ready to start experimenting with some of the stage 2 diet items, like you can try some banana, like don't eat a whole banana, eat a quarter of a banana. Since you are in a better situation than your wife, she can eat a quarter and you can eat the other 3/4, okay? And you can do that with the apple too, or she could have a few walnuts. I wouldn't go for all of them at once. I wouldn't go for the walnuts and the green apple and the banana all at once. I just start with one and do that for about 3 or 4 days or a week, and then go on. The crawling sensation goes away in time. Have you looked into the herbal parasite stop formula?
We bought quite a few products from you now, and I'm using that. And I've also got Max 1, which I'm taking, and I've got Debriding new formula, which arrived yesterday, and I'm doing the house. For me, the major problem is that crawling and the clothing and the laundry. That's really is a big issue at the moment.
All right, the laundry is a typical issue, and we've done many programs with. Have you looked into the book, into the technique?
Yes. Yes.
Are you following that? Are you soaking? Are you putting your clothing in a tote with ammonia in the bottom and letting it sit for a few hours and then laundering it in the washing machine? Are you doing that?
I haven't done the ammonia here. I've done it when I was in Singapore, where it all started. I did with the ammonia, and it didn't seem to help that much. But I'm willing to try it again here because I've been doing it for. I mean,
there's more to it. There's more to it than just ammonia. Did you soak it? Did you put the ammonia in a tote and then put your clothes in and let them sit there for a few hours? Did you do that?
No, I haven't done that.
All right. Well, in the book, it describes that. We also have many of these videos, and every Friday, generally, a email goes out with the most recent announcing the one. So in other words, this video will be uploaded on Friday, and you'll get an email. And then in that email, you can scroll down, and all of the videos that we have on YouTube are listed. You simply scroll down and find laundry, go to that video, and go about that far into the video, and it gives you all the details, but it's also written up in the book. Okay, so you have it, it's on video. So you put the laundry in a tote with ammonia in the bottom, put an egg carton so that your clothes don't get really wet with ammonia. It's the fumes that do the job. Let it sit for a few hours and then go through the laundry process. Make sure you disinfect the dryer with ammonia, pouring it on some absorbent piece of clothing like a towel. And also disinfect the dryer. So it goes into everything, the instructions.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you, Richard.
Thank you. Keep coming back. We're here to support you in getting well. What state are you calling from?
We're calling from the UK, London.
Oh, UK. Okay. All right.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Okay. Who's next, Chris?
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. Memorial Day weekend, and to honor those fallen who gave their life to protect the country, and all of us here can never forget them and their, ability to venture out and protect this area in which we are in. Anyway, I wanted to talk about the foods, and for me in particular, it's the being structured enough to know when to stop eating. Sometimes, I overeat at night. Eat the good foods, that are acceptable, and how, in other words, sometimes for me, if I eat too much of a good food, I'm going to have symptoms. So it's being cognizant of what my body needs. Am I making sense? It's like overeating,
right? Okay.
over snacking, and especially, my being aware, like all of us are, of what's going on in our country and the grief and loss that is taking place. So I try to stay away from the news as much as I can, but it's certainly affecting many of us here, and I find myself eating too much.
Well, let me ask you: is it what foods are you overeating with? What good
Well,
food?
sometimes, like at night, I'll eat to calm me down. Of course, the supplements help for sure. The kefir, I use the lactose-free kefir and banana. Sometimes I'm gonna be eating too many bananas or too much, too many of the walnuts.
So the kefir really isn't until stage 3.
It isn't?
No.
Because I usually.
Are you clear of reactions?
I feel like the biting has lessened. I still have it. I feel like my symptoms have lessened, though.
Yeah, but I would not have kefir until the very end of stage 2.
Because it tends to make me calmer, because the calcium,
Well, you can have calcium. I mean, there's a difference between kefir and milk. You can have some milk, and you can have calcium. You can have some calcium supplements.
Right, you mentioned about the calcium. Yeah,
right. And that will do the same thing. But I'm just saying, if you want to get better, you need to be strict until you're better, and then you can add a lot of things.
So the milk, the lactose-free milk, which is better than the kefir?
Yeah.
Oh, even if the kefir is lactose-free, though.
It's not the lactose that is the issue, unless you're lactose intolerant.
Yeah, I am. Pretty much.
That's not
that I know.
Why milk is an issue.
So just regular lactose-free milk, just as long as it says lactose-free, that's still best.
Richard has milks that he recommends. I haven't been able to find any of that milk, and I drink a big glass of just organic whole milk every day. And
okay, just regular milk. You're okay with that?
Not for stage 1.
Stage 2.
Stage 2 you may be able to, but Costco has lactose-free milk. So many of the lactose-free milk in most of the grocery stores have additives in them, like diglycerides, which are going to...
Right, they do, yeah.
And
so
you
got to read the ingredients. You got to read the ingredients.
Right, so it's better to drink milk that
there's drops you can buy that will make regular milk lactose-free without all the other chemicals they put in it.
I can talk with you about that.
Now, are you gaining weight, or you say you're eating?
I don't know, Rich. Something. It's hard to know with me. I don't have a scale. Sometimes I think I am. It's just the bottom line is that for me in particular, being more structured. Sometimes I'm not as structured as I need to be. With time conscious. About when I'm eating, and you know what I'm saying is like
unconscious. You're telling me you're doing unconscious eating.
Yes.
Okay. Any time you want to change a habit, the first thing that's important is that you become aware of the habit while you're doing it. Now, we usually become aware of it after we did it, and we say, "Oh, I did that, and I shouldn't have done it." So first of all, instruct your intelligence, your brain, that I'd like to become aware of it while I am doing it. Now, you mentioned the fact that what goes into this is the situations we're dealing with in today's history. I presume you were talking about the slayings and the school. And
right. Just and also, sometimes too, Richard, it's feeling so abandoned. As I said initially today, many of my friends have passed away, and I have a couple here and there from that I still am in connection with, but with these symptoms, it further isolates people. It's complicated for many people, and then not having the support and family and all that. It's just.
Let me continue, and maybe you want to go back and review this section when it's published. But the next thing, you've become aware. The idea is you become aware that you're eating. Now, it looks like food, it tastes like food, but it wouldn't be going into your mouth if it weren't for feeling alone, feeling at loss with the people you've lost, with the news today about these slayings and all this stress. It would be there if it weren't for that. So you're not really eating food. Symbolically, you're eating the confusions that are going on in your mind about all the stress that's going on around you. You're eating the loss of the people in your life. You're eating the confusion with what are we going to do? These slayings are going to keep going on. The news is just filled with it. They regurgitate the same news for until the next slaying happens. I mean, it turns out to be that way. I mean, they just finished up with the one in the grocery store, and then now they started this one, and they're going to regurgitate this one until the next one happens. So
that's right. That's ongoing. It seems like it's never ending. It's
going to be 2 or 3 of them, and we're going to discuss that in the next segment. But there is a way of ending it. Okay. So, but for now, the important thing is to recognize that. First of all, I'm unconsciously eating, and I'd like to stop it. Now, what I'm really eating, it looks like food, it looks like bananas, but symbolically, I'm eating the confusions and the uncertainties going on in my life, okay? Now, then ask yourself, is this a productive way for me to handle that loneliness? Is this a productive way for me to handle that uncertainty? Is it? Is it a productive way?
No, definitely not.
But that's your answer. You need to that's your answer. So then you start looking at every bite of that banana as being a bullet, okay? Or as being a lost loved one, okay? And before you know it, you'll put it down and you'll find another more productive way of dealing with those issues than eating them. And by the way, this is in my book called The Scale Conspiracy, available on Amazon as well. I deal with habitual, emotional, and self-defeated eating. I've worked with thousands of people in managing weight over the course of 10 or 15 years. Okay?
Okay, thank you so much. It's so valuable because to think of every bite, is like a bullet, right?
Every bite is that a way of dealing with this effectively?
Can I add a little bit to that, Richard?
Sure.
The other thing is, well, I have 2 suggestions. One is, come up with a plan when you're stressed. Either do deep breathing or have a prayer time or watch a funny movie, but whatever you're going to do, even if it's in the middle of the night, have a plan of a bunch of things you could choose to do instead of eating. And the second thing is that have a plan. If you're determined to eat, have a plan of stage 1 snack foods readily available.
The stage 1,
there are
rice cakes and butter.
I'm allergic. Yeah, I can't do rice cakes. I can't do them, and I don't do well with grains. It's crazy. I'm sorry. Go on.
But you probably would do better with spelt because it metabolizes differently.
Yeah. You mentioned
So the spelt crisps by that bakery, I forget the name.
Right, you shared that with me. I haven't done that yet.
Spelt crisps are amazing, and you can. I
gotta order that.
I use them as with a tomato-based dip, where you chop up tomatoes and green peppers, and you can, and it's really a great snack. Or you can have celery sticks. You can so many good things you can snack on.
Yeah, I need to.
If you really need to choose something
Yeah, to chew. That's the thing for me. It's like the chewing. Is that part of the anxiety? Is that separate?
Yeah.
In other words, that's just the way I'm made, I guess. I'm wired that way.
So, I mean, but celery's crunchy and it's yummy, and, you can, the spelt crisps are amazing. So there's other alternatives that you can look into, and then you can have your list of things to do. Crossword puzzles. I mean, play solitaire. Anything that's going to occupy your mind.
Right. Because I'm an empath. I absorb a lot, and that's not in my best interest. And then feeling the abandonment, when with these symptoms, not being, out and about, and everybody has a different story.
Journaling is amazing.
The journaling, I need to get back into. Right, I always felt better after, journaling. Thank you, Robin, for your input. Yeah, and Richard, thank you so much.
Journal. You're going to find fun ways to distract yourself. You're going to find fun stage 1 foods if you really want to eat something that are going to make you feel better instead of worse.
Right. I need to, I'm going to talk with you more about that another time, too. But, definitely, I've got to order those spelt crisp and get some celery sticks in here and to chew on at night because, especially, with all the slang and then feeling, not understood by, it's hard with, when people in a family of origin are so different and they just can't get it. They can't get me. And
it's a cinnamon. I forget.
Okay, I think we covered that topic. Let's move to the next person. Thank you.
Hello, this is Shirley. I have some questions. I lost my cat about 3 weeks ago, and I'm trying to save my other cat. And I've been using the Nature's Gift spray on, what I use for my body. I've been spraying that on him. I did do the Flea Killer Plus, one of them, and I'm following up with Flea Killer. I was wondering, and then I tried to give him the tapeworm killer in his food.
Let's stop and let me turn this over to Robin. She will go through what you can do for your cat. Robin, would you please pick up the topic?
Sure. Your cat should be on Lufeneron once a month, and it's by weight. And then the night and Pyram, you can give them. You can try it once every 3 or 4 days, but if that doesn't seem to do much, you can give it to them every day for a couple of weeks. It's going to make a big difference. You want to give them clean foods. I use Origen, Regional Red dry cat food, and Perfect Bistro turkey for pate. And then you also want to get a Seresto collar, which you only have to change once every 8 months. And then you want to get Adam's Pyrethrin flea dip for cats and dogs. It's a flea dip, and you do it initially once a week, and then you can go to once every 2 weeks, and then maybe just once a month. And that's going to make it. And in addition to all of that, you want to sprinkle diatomaceous earth in the cat's fur. You can put it on their bedding, anywhere the cat sleeps. And ideally, you want your cat to become an indoor cat if it's not, because it'll just keep getting infested from outside. With the Pyrethrin's flea dip, it's a little blue bottle with a red cap, and you have 2 plastic containers, and each one has a cup and a half of warm water. In one, you put a capful of the flea dip stuff. You have 2 clean washcloths, and I have done it for my cat in the bathtub, and I hold him by the scruff of the neck. I rub it all over him and hold him for 8 to 10 minutes. And then with the other clean washcloth and clean water, I wipe it off. And those are the things that will help your cat tremendously.
I have done the pyrethrin dip and
did you do everything?
More than one time.
But that's what I'm kind of afraid to use it again, because my other cat, the bugs just was a gross amount came out of him.
Well, you want them to come out, and if you don't use it, they won't.
Okay, but he passed away. You know, he died like the following week, but he had been infested for quite a while.
Yeah,
but my younger cat seemed to tolerate that okay. My young Tiddles will not. He will not eat the perfect. I was wondering, should I maybe start just cooking up food for him?
Rice and hamburger, and boil it and mush it up for him. You can cook chicken and chop that up. That's fine.
I was thinking about trying to cook the chicken. And then I have some Fen-Ben. Is it okay to give him Fen-Ben?
I never gave my cats anything but what I just told you.
Okay.
Fen-Ben is for intestinal parasites like worms. My cats do not have worms. You would see it in their poop if they did, or a vet would diagnose that.
Yeah, generally you have to go to the vet and have microscopy for the hookworms and things like that can be they can be infected with. But yeah, the food is important, and to be the table prep that you're eating, plus doing everything that Robin said, not just one or two things, but everything. Okay, thank you.
And if your cat died a week after having a flea dip, the flea dip doesn't last that long. I don't think it had anything to do with it.
Okay. And so, yeah. All right. I will try the flea dip with him again.
I mean,
he has been throwing up a little bit this week. Not a lot, but a little. I was wondering if licking him.
That could be, I mean, you only give them Lufeneron once a month, and it has to be by the weight of the cat, and the Night and Pyram is also by the weight of the cat. So if you give them too much, then, I mean, you buy it by the weight of the cat. They have, so if you bought for the wrong size animal, it could make them sick.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you very much. So
sure.
I'm giving it my best shot, and I so appreciate everything that most of the protocols are working. And
great.
I did go to my nurse practitioner this week, and I talked to a social worker, and I introduced them to my book, and it told them my experience, and the social worker, they both acknowledged what I was talking about. They took notes, and the social worker told me that there are a lot of people that are going through this right now and not knowing what to do. And I just felt blessed that they acknowledged what I had told them, thanks to your education. And I'm just so grateful.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Keep coming back. We're here to support you in getting your life back and that of your pet as well. So thank you. Mary, you have a question or two or a comment or two to read?
Yes, I have a question or two, and I also have a couple comments for Anna. One is that she needs to be careful with the lactose-free stuff. I am allergic to dairy too, but I've tried lactose-free things and it doesn't work for me. So even if you do it, it might not be the right thing for you. And the other thing I would say is, like Robin said, getting the stage 1 foods, and I would pre-portion them so that, you know, you put them in a little baggie and you eat what's in the baggie and no more. So those are my comments. But as for emails and questions, I have 2. The first one is, can your debriding soap be used by someone who has itchy skin for a problem other than Morgellons and other skin parasites? A friend of mine has itchy skin caused by dry skin. It's bad enough that she can't sleep at night. She's in her 90s. Evidently, she hasn't been able to get relief from other things she has tried. I told her I would ask this question on her behalf. The debriding soap has been a lifesaver for me. Claire.
Well, the answer to that is absolutely. I mean, the debriding soap, skin creams and lotions can be used for all kinds of problems. Now, how it works is that it is basically liquid carbon. Nature's gift is liquid carbon. Its particle size measures in the laboratory as 6 angstroms. The water molecule measured in the laboratory is 3 angstroms, H2O. However, water is never H2O. You take water out of the faucet or water out of any source that you want. It is not H2O. It clumps together through what is called molecular bonding. And it really comes out to more like H20O10. So it's much larger, all right? What nature's gift does, what this carbon molecule does, is it is a surfactant. It breaks up all that molecular bonding so that it is indeed H2O, 3 angstroms. Now, it takes this water molecule into the skin. A typical pore of your skin might be, several hundred angstroms, 70 to a couple hundred angstroms. It takes the water not only into the pore, but into the skin cells inside the pore, and it hydrates. So that is one of the main benefits of nature's gift. It is truly a gift from nature. It hydrates the skin deep inside. So now it not only hydrates, but the molecule of carbon, the 6 angstrom molecule, has a way of being an irritant, and a cleansing agent. So how does it actually work? Well, it's best I use the analogy of, say you might weigh 100 pounds, you might weigh 200 pounds, doesn't matter. But if you get a tiny little pebble in your shoe that only weighs 1/10 of a gram, what do you have to do? You've got to get that shoe off and get that pebble out because you don't like walking very far with that pebble in your shoe. So that's what the carbon molecule does in the skin. Anything that it finds. Now, viruses, bacteria, they're all much larger than 6 angstroms, okay? So it irritates them, and they got to leave. Anything in your skin that's not belonging there, that it's going to irritate so that it escapes. It has to leave your skin. So it cleans. So that's how it works. So it not only hydrates your skin, but it will irritate anything there such that it leaves. So how about eczema? wow, you apply this stuff to that scaly skin, and within minutes, that scaly skin kind of disappears. Now, it's important also to know how to apply it. Now, my favorite product when it comes to doing this is the skin lotion. You can also use our mouthwash / body wipe and apply that to your skin directly. But I love the skin lotion because it also has those wonderful oils, the coconut oil and those other wonderful oils that go with it. And when you put it on your skin, you just massage it in and until there's a whiteness. You see the coconut oil, you'll see the whiteness. And then you apply some water. This is hydration. You apply some water on top of that and rub it again, massage it again, and it will get white again. All right, so that means not everything is actually going into your skin. It's still on, some of it's still on your skin. So you massage it until all that whiteness goes away. Okay. And then you put on some more water. And guess what? It turns white again. And you massage it again. So after massaging your skin 3 times, this oil and nature's gift really gets in your skin, and it's going to hydrate it, keep it hydrated. That's what the oils do. They help keep it hydrated. Once you get it in, it keeps it hydrated. And anything that's in there that's not supposed to be there, so that's why eczema, you apply it, it goes away. Try it even with skin fungus. Apply it, it goes away. Now, I can't say and claim that for everybody it's going to work the same way, but I can say that for most people who use it, they are dramatically excited about the results. Skin cancer, absolutely. Massage it in and see what happens. It cleans anything that's not supposed to be there, so, gosh, be open to miracles. So any health issue with the skin, use this. Apply it in. But don't just use it once or once a day. Do it frequently. Do it 3 or 4 times a day in the beginning. And then maybe less, eventually get down to once a day. But most likely you're going to love it and do it at least 2 times a day to get results. It also has a way of helping reduce the appearance of wrinkles.
First and foremost, the big thanks to you and your products. This has definitely given me Zoe, which in Greek means life. It has been a long and painful journey, no joke. I'm out of the rabbit hole. As my head pokes out above the ground and gazes towards the heavens above, I am coming alive. You are a good man with a beautiful and blessed mind, Richard. To your health, wealth, and happiness, George.
Well, I thank George for the kind words and taking the time to give us that feedback, because that feedback is what keeps Robin and I going. We don't even ask for feedback. We don't, people willingly and gratefully share that. And we've had many people out of the blue share their experience on the program here. We have testimonial videos. I mean, they go hours and hours as we collect the testimonials from these Sunday calls and publish them on testimonial videos. The program really works. It's up to you to make the diet work. And when we know that if you make the diet work, it's going to work.
Yeah, I wanted to ask about the pheromones that we had, it was mentioned in the past, and I'm wondering if you have any additional information on that, on the pheromones?
Well, we just received our order on Friday, and we'll be putting them in the store probably Tuesday or Wednesday, and they'll be up and available. Okay,
because, yeah, it's very interesting, how that, manifest. And again, I guess it's, for each person, they have to decide for themselves, if it makes a difference. But thank you for doing that.
Okay.